Hey girl, welcome to the Feminine Founder Podcast, where we are all about learning and growing professionally so that we can build a life that we are proud of and really love. My name is Caroline, and I'm a LinkedIn expert obsessed with teaching female entrepreneurs how to start, grow, and scale their personal brand and business on LinkedIn. This podcast is all about sharing our stories and learning from each other on how to navigate our professional journey so that we can live our best lives. So if you are just starting out on your entrepreneurial journey, or you're growing and scaling an epic company, you are in the right place, friends. Today, I have one of my favorite human beings here, Shelby Clement. Shelby and I met in the podcast mastermind with ChilledVino and became fast friends. She is the CEO and founder of SCM Marketing based in Covington, Louisiana. She also is the event host of Damn Good Marketing Live and the podcast host of Damn Good Marketing Live as well. Welcome, Shelby.
Hey, Caroline. Thanks for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
So I want to hear your story. You started out in corporate America. You had this fancy big marketing job in oil and gas. You were flying around private planes. You had a big salary. And then 3 years later, you ripped the Band-Aid off and decided to go full on onto the entrepreneurial journey. And now you have a wildly successful marketing agency. You're the event host of Damn Good Marketing Live, and you have a podcast. So tell me all the things.
Yes. Okay. So yeah, I was in corporate and it was fun for like 0.5 seconds. I'm kidding. I was there for 8 years. When I graduated college, I thought like, holy crap, like this is a dream job. I was 23 years old, fell right into a marketing director role, basically taught myself a lot of things from the ground up, was what, like she said, flying around on private jets. And I was at conferences and all that. And then I got married and had a family. And I was like, this is not the life I wanted. But in that moment, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to be a CMO. That's so cool. Like that was just my big dream at the moment. But over time, as I had a family and started to evolve as a human and what I really wanted and desires, I was like, this is not the job that I want. This is not what I want to do. So interview after interview after interview, I literally got turned down. They were like, you're overqualified or this is not the good fit for you. So I'd go home crying to my husband saying like, I just don't understand. Like, is God's plan me being a like mom and like go to 8 to 5? If that is, I guess I'm going to just surrender and like, let that be. And like, not that that's a bad thing. I just felt like I was made for more. 2020 came around. I went to a conference in California right before the pandemic, and I learned that social media managers were a thing. And I was like, I don't even know what that is, but like, I love marketing and I do like social media. And like, how do I incorporate this? What do I do? Well, obviously the world had different plans. COVID like had us homebound. I was newly pregnant. I had a toddler at home with me. And I was just like, I know I can't leave. We both financially contribute. So that would be kind of silly. So basically I took everything that I learned at that conference and I started implementing it for the company I was with. Now, oil and gas is straight LinkedIn. Like, yes, we did Facebook for employee morale and all that stuff. And we didn't even touch Instagram then, like nothing. It was all LinkedIn and it was powerful. And so in February of 21, I got my first social media client and it kind of just like skyrocketed from there. I was still working at corporate. So it was kind of like a hush thing. Like no one really knew I was doing it on the side, but I was doing it to just renovate my kitchen when we lived in Thibodaux. And then truly, I was like, John, I really think this could be something. And he was like, as long as you can match your salary, like I'm fine with taking the risk. And I was like, okay, cool. So let me mind you, like I didn't just have a salary. I had a salary, I had benefits, I had a company car, I had company gas, I had literally everything. And so it was going to be a huge risk for our family to take, but it was a risk worth taking. And it's been a freaking amazing journey. It's been like the highest of highs and lowest of lows, but like you said, I have an agency that's thriving 3 years and I have a conference, Damn Good Marketing Live conference. It's absolutely amazing. We pour everything into it. And then the podcast, I just get to talk. I mean, if you know me or you don't yet, like I absolutely love to talk. So the podcast was perfect for that.
So what was it like? I mean, everything you just described, your corporate salary, the benefits, the car, everything, that's what I call the golden handcuffs. And I had the same thing too in my corporate job.
Yeah.
How do you have the courage and the kahunas to actually be confident in yourself and that your skills and that you can actually do it and make your own money?
Yeah. So at first I was very scared. So I was like, can I do this? But I was so miserable, Caroline, that I was like, if I don't, then I'm going to regret this forever. And like, I already saw what was happening with not even me advertising or having a real business yet, like nothing. And everything like really just kind of was a blessing in disguise. And it was really perfect timing. And I was very scared, but I also would tell myself like this, it said, if I fail or this does fail, like I know I'm smart enough or I have the credentials to go get another job, like go work for someone else or go do something else. Maybe this wasn't it, but this is my stepping stone to what's next. So like me, definitely over the last 3 years, I feel like one, it's made me grow up really fast. And two, it's also made me realize that failure is also really good and fear is also really good. When you have fear and you have failure, you learn. And with fear, it means you're just being pushed outside of your comfort zone to the next level of success that you're, craving and going for. So to me, I say welcome fear with open arms. And that means you're heading in the right direction of what you want to do in your life and in your business.
I love the messy middle. For me, it's been where I've learned and grown the most. And everyone likes to look at the highlight reel, you're blowing it up on social media, you're on Amazon, whatever fill in the blank the highlight reel is. They're not really seeing like the back end scenes of like, holy crap, can I afford this? Or can I, hire somebody else? Or how do I do taxes?
Exactly. All of the things that you just don't know. And the thing is, a lot of people don't talk about it. And I like to joke about this all the time is I know, like, I think I even put it on LinkedIn because like at this point, I'm like, I don't care. I'm like an open book. And like someone actually emailed me a while ago and was like, what questions are off limits for when we interview. And I was like, nothing. I literally want to be an open book for that one person that's either in corp or in entrepreneurship that's like scared of like what to do next, or just to know that like not every business owner or successful business owner have it together, but also that corporate person that may be like, I really want to make this leap of faith, but like I need someone else to guide because like no one's talking about it. And I remember the day I actually started crying on the internet and I literally was like, this is hard. And I put like all the quotes around like everything a business owner feels when you're crying about running a business or living your life on social media, because it's not a highlight reel. I want to be an advocate for you to say like, this shit is hard, but if you put in the work, you can achieve anything that you put in the work for. And so like dream big. And if you fail, it just means that's your stepping stone to the next thing that you're supposed to go to. So I just think that like a lot of stuff like growing up or even just like a couple of years ago, it was just very gatekept of like how hard it is to actually run a business and be successful, when in reality, it's only the people that make it through that should be talking about it. Because a lot of people say, I want to be an entrepreneur, and they can't get through the trenches of what it takes to run a business.
Oh, don't get me started on the excuses of time and money. I just, no. Okay, moving on. You talk a lot about authenticity and why that matters and why that you need to be showing up as your authentic self on social media. So unpack that more for me. Why is that so important and why is that crucial?
So a lot of times when I tell people this, I get very passionate because truly you and your competitor do the exact same thing. You offer the exact service, you offer the exact product, whatever that may look like. You didn't just reinvent the wheel unless like truly you're someone that actually invented something. Like truly that's all you got. You all have competitors, and the only way to separate you from who does what you do is by showing up as authentic as you can. Pull back the curtain, let people get to know you. They want to know that you're a human, and especially 2024 going beyond these years in social media, they want to see the human behind the brand. So the more that you humanize your brand and your authenticity is, what are your values? What are your mission? What is your mission? What are your non-negotiables? What are you ruffling feathers on? Why are you being a disruptor? Should you be a disruptor in your industry? Absolutely do the things that make you memorable, because people work with you or buy from you or support you because of you and how you make them feel and how they feel related to you. So like that is truly the only way to set yourself apart with the noise of social media, because it is over consumed and overutilized and very, very, very saturated. And all these people are consuming all of these trends and all of these things that are being done. What are you doing to set yourself apart that people are going to remember you and say, I'm going to work with Caroline because she knows her shit? Now, you and someone else could have like the same knowledge and same experience and same everything, but like how you make someone feel and how welcoming and relatable that you are is going to be the differentiator of if they choose you or they choose your competitor.
So if someone's listening to this podcast now and they are inspired by everything you're saying, because you've inspired me on Instagram specifically, where do they start?
Just come follow along. Like truly, like I give you all the goods on social. Like I've been up in my LinkedIn game. So kudos to Caroline for that. But Instagram is my jam box, or my email list is my jam. I love conversation. I'm not asking for you you don't have to pay to be in my orbit. You can just literally shoot me a DM or an email. Like I'm the only one in my inbox. So like I'll have a great conversation with you. You have a dream, you want to bounce the ideas off someone. It's Shelby Clement. She'll probably put it in the show notes, but it's spelled like Clement, Clement. But just come over and chat, or even on LinkedIn. Hell, just come in the DMs. Don't be creepy in my DMs. Don't try to sell me something in my DMs because I ain't going to answer you. But if you're just like, hey, Shelby, I heard you on XYZ and I have this crazy dream and I just want to know if like you think this is a great idea. And of course, probably most of the time I'll say yes. But just have a conversation. Just come and get in my orbit and I just want to cheer you on.
So you are working on something very exciting coming up in July. And as the founder of a drinkware company, when you told me about the idea, I was like, hell to the yes, because as a founder of a product and a service-based business,
yes,
I could use your services and what you're creating, what you're doing, because I'm just like everyone else. Like I overcomplicate things in my head or whatever. So talk to me about it.
So truly, like as you say that, the more and more I'm learning myself is I overcomplicate quite literally every single thing that I do. Like the thing we're going to launch, we were overcomplicating it so much that I was like, hell no. So yesterday we changed everything up again and it's just so crazy. But we're launching, well, number one, we have a webinar coming up July 17th, which is free to everyone or anyone that wants to join. It's all about creating content under an hour. We are a group of social media managers. We've been doing this for 3 years and we constantly hear I don't have time. I don't know what to post. I want to handle my own social media. Maybe you don't have a budget for the agency or whatever that may look like. Or, you're posting and spending so much time on this content and it's just falling flat. Like whatever your excuse or actually reality is for you, we hear you loud and clear. And so we're developing something that's just so good. And what it is it's a membership where it's going to give you the means and the resources to post consistently for 30 days if you want to, every single month. And so we're doing all the heavy lifting for you. I mean, like we're designing it, we're writing it. All you have to do is it's a plug and freaking play. And it's literally cheaper than your monthly coffee order. Like truly, all of us are obsessed with coffee. Maybe it's shopping, maybe it's getting your nails done. I don't know what the heck it is if you're listening to this, but it's the founder's price, which will never be this price again, is definitely under $100. And so like, it's something that you get group coaching, you get all of these like things handed to you on a silver platter where then you cannot have an excuse of, I don't have time to be consistent. I don't have time to show up on social media. I don't have the budget. I don't know where to start. I don't know what time to post. My engagement's down. Like all things are falling flat. You can't say those excuses anymore because we're giving you this on a silver platter. And you best believe that this program is something that's going to push all of you outside of your comfort zone. Number one, because you're going to be posting consistent. Number two, because it does incorporate video. And like the only way to really set yourself apart is to start utilizing video in a sense of, I'm going to show up messy and I'm going to do it anyway. And I'm going to hit record and I'm going to post it. And I'm going to be okay with it being ugly at first. But the more I do it and the more I put the reps in, the better I'm going to get. And the more my actual clients and community is going to love it. So it's something that's just going to be so dang good. And the more it gets closer, the more excited I get about it because it's just like, it's definitely a necessity, especially like as social media managers and hearing like what people need and like actually implementing it and putting it into play for them is just so beautiful. And I'm so excited.
So I want you to talk about this more because I agree with you. Why is everyone on social media obsessed with the idea of perfection, that they need to show up online looking perfect with makeup, with hair and everything? Because trust me, I look like a sweaty troll most days.
Truly, I literally say I'm either dressed to a 9 or the 10s. I don't know, whatever. Or I literally look homeless. Like it's one or the other. There is literally no happy medium. And I mean, right now I did slap some makeup on my face because I was like, Caroline, LinkedIn, blah, blah, blah. But before this, my hair was literally in a knot on my head. I had zero makeup on, bags under my eyes because we're working on the things behind the scenes right now. But truly, perfection intimidates people. Prime example. I want to like learn how to bake sourdough. Okay, cool. My sister does it already, but I need the gluten-free version. And I went and looked up this account and they were like, it's beautiful. It's amazing. And like her account intimidated me so much that I got off of it. Listen, you will attract your aesthetic girlies and whoever you're trying to attract with the perfection. But like people also in 2024 are seeing right through it. They're not going to work with you. You are not relatable. None of this actually is a thing if you don't just show up messy in how you are, because they want a human. It goes back to being authentic of like perfection is of the past. If I had to be perfect all the time, I would not be as successful as I am because like I want to show up and be as relatable as I can so people feel like they can do it too. Because if you show up perfect every time, people will get intimidated and they're like, I can't do that. Like, I'm not doing that. And then they like log off and they forget about you and you're not memorable. So that's out the window. Stop trying to be perfect. And I think Caroline can vouch for this. Even LinkedIn is like, show up as you are. I mean, don't be crazy. Don't be as like laid back, obviously, as like Instagram is or TikTok is or like any of these other platforms, but it's not stuffy. It's not whatever. Show up as you are. Like I can only give so much of like perfect to LinkedIn as it's almost just like, this is who I am. I do curse. Obviously my brand has the word damn around it. Like there's things that I can't avoid because it is my brand. It is who I am. And I'm unapologetically myself about it. So if you are 100% for who you are as a human being, then do not shy away from it. Be exactly who you are and show up exactly how you are.
Okay, that's pure gold right there. So in addition to the webinar in July, which everyone needs to go and sign up immediately for this, it's in the show notes. What is lighting you up about some of the clients you're working with right now?
I think what lights me up the most is like the wins and the fact that they trust that we know what we're doing. Like if the clients that actually give us the reins to be like, you have to do this is what we need in order for you to be successful, or the people that trust us that know that like it takes time, it makes me so excited and actually just like reaffirms like what we're actually about to push out and do. It's just like the conversations I guess I'm having lately. It's just like it's all falling in alignment and it's literally lighting a fire under my tush to be like, we need to get this thing launched. And July 17th, it's like right around the corner. But like we're excited. That's definitely lighting me up at the moment.
So how can our listeners find you?
Instagram girlfriends and boys, if you're listening, men, I guess, gentlemen, I don't know what you call them, but wow. Instagram, and I'm on LinkedIn, Shelby Demoncelli, claim all those. So it's my middle name. I probably should change that. Caroline will let me know that. But anyway, you just shout me out and I'll send you all the things, and the show notes will I'll give Caroline all the freebies where you can like get in my world. But I am so excited to have a conversation. I am human, truly. Just slide in my DMs. I literally could talk your ear off. So I'm here if you need me.
Thanks, Shelby.
Thanks, Caroline.